Welcome back to another video. My name is Matt and I help people overcome retroactive jealousy. And in this video, I'm going to be talking to you about retroactive jealousy triggers. Okay? Triggers are, of course, any type of thought or word or phrase or place or person's name, anything that sets off that painful, highly charged response within you. I know exactly what I'm talking about, so I don't need to describe it anymore. But I know for me, when it came to the things that triggered me, things would happen about every 5 to 10 seconds. Every 5 to 10 seconds, I'd be triggered by something. Everything that I do would trigger my retroactive jealousy, trigger those anxious responses. Even if like my wife had cooked me like a beautiful dinner, okay, I would get triggered thinking, well, I bet she already did this for someone else before, like she did this for an ex, or this isn't special, because she's probably done this all the time for other people. Like everything, every little thing. During intimacy, I get triggered, thinking, oh, she's probably already done this with someone else. This isn't special. Again, it would come back to that idea. And even if I ever found out a name of like an ex-lover or something like that, anytime I'd hear that name, of course, I'd get triggered. Now, I'm sure you have your own set of triggers, maybe very similar to mine, maybe something completely different. But basically in this video, I'm going to give you my personal take on triggers and how I actually went about using them to my advantage in my own life and using them really to catapult myself to overcome retroactive jealousy, how I use them to my advantage instead of running from them. And that's very, very important, I think. So we'll get to that in just a second. But before we get started, if you could take a quick moment and smash the like button so we can get the video out to more people that need to see it, I'd greatly appreciate it. And also before you go, please check out my month of May specials I have going on right now. Any of my courses that you purchase, you automatically get free retroactive jealousy email coaching with me. I'll give you my personal email address and help you out through this next month. Any obstacles you face in your way, we'll tackle those together. And I also have a lot of spots open for my personal WhatsApp coaching for retroactive jealousy. If you want to take me on the go with you on your mobile phone, talk via audio, text, video, whatever it is, we have that option as well. People who have been through that, it's been fantastic. That is my preferred method of coaching just because it's so flexible the way we can speak to each other. So if you want more personal help in overcoming RJ, that might be what's best for you. So again, please check out the links in the description below and take advantage of any of those before this month is over. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. So this idea with triggers, they're always sometimes starts, especially kind of in the comments, if you read the comments through some of these videos, there starts always to be a little bit of a debate back and forth as far as triggers go. Some believe that you should avoid your triggers at all costs, kind of run from them or hide from them, like there's some big angry lion that could eat you alive or something like that, while others say you must face your triggers head on and not run from them. Now again, I'm not a doctor or a psychologist or anything. I can only speak from my own experience. And what I've learned also from helping others and coaching others, throughout the last, it's been a couple of years now. But when it comes to triggers, I'll really say this triple underlined. 99% of me overcoming retroactive jealousy was me facing my triggers and facing those horrible thoughts head on. Okay? Not hiding from them, not running from them, facing them. I would let them come in, I'd feel that pain, and I'd then refocus back on something else, back on what I was doing. Okay, I would say like a little affirmation or relabeling that retroactive jealousy thought and say, this is not me, this is RJ, this is not me, this is this condition, so I could differentiate my actual rational thinking versus what this RJ was trying to tell me. But I said that and then I refocus. I didn't explore the thought. I didn't, ask questions. I didn't do any type of compulsive behavior. I just felt the pain, relabeled, and then refocused. Okay? Every time you do this and not get wrapped up in the thought, you are telling your brain, literally sending a message to your brain and telling it that there is no danger in thinking these thoughts. And eventually when you think these thoughts, your brain will stop releasing so much adrenaline into your system. Okay? And when your brain stops releasing the adrenaline, these thoughts don't bother you anymore. Again, it's very important. It's not the thought that bothers you. It's the feeling that bothers you. The feeling. If that feeling is gone, the thought will basically go in one side of your head and out the other. It will no longer affect you. And again, one of the main reasons for me having to face my triggers all the time was because, again, everything triggered me. Okay, so it was hard for me to avoid or run from triggers when again, 5 to 10 seconds, something would trigger me. Right, so if I tried to avoid my triggers, I would avoid basically my whole life, and that was one thing I was not about to do. I was not going to let retroactive jealousy win this battle. I wanted to take back my life, and even my triggers would go to almost like imaginary or like delusional triggers. Even if I went out to a restaurant with my partner, I'd start wondering if her and somebody else had already been there before, her and an ex, or her and whatever had been there before. Even if there was no chance of that ever happening, I'd make up these mental movies in my head about them being there, right? It was all imaginary. It was all delusional. And this would happen with going out to dinner, again, watching movies, having different romantic moments, vacations, again, and intimacy. I'd get these thoughts and these things about, oh, this probably already happened before. Oh, this is not special with me. Oh, you've been there, done that already. Now, if you are someone that suffers from this kind of imaginary triggers or delusional triggers, whatever you want to call it, here's basically what worked for me, and here's my understanding is when people get stuck in this loop of triggers and anxious responses, they usually, and me included, try to rationalize it, okay, and then be okay with it, and try one way or another to think their way out of it, or even react to it in a way, like whatever it is for you. You know what I mean? Everybody's different. Mine was comparing like, oh, I'm no longer special, or oh, I'm sure this probably happened. Even if you say it didn't, I feel like it did, okay? But here's really the thing I can't stress enough, okay? There's no way to think your way out of this. There's no way to rationalize it, okay? There's no way to come to terms with it. So the best thing to do is understand flat out that your brain is a liar, okay? That right now, your brain is locked up in this mode and sending way too much adrenaline into your body. And it's trying to find danger when there's absolutely nothing dangerous going on at all, okay? That's again, when I come back to the relabeling thing. Relabeling is disabling. Telling, these thoughts coming in, they feel so real, but understanding that they're not. And relabeling, this is not me. This is my RJ. My brain's a liar. I know the truth, right? And I know you know the truth rationally in your calmest moments. Of course, you know what the truth is. But again, anytime you're trying to enjoy the moment and something random triggers you, and you know for a fact it's not true or it's not important, just, again, recognize your brain is a liar. You can even say, you're a liar, brain. I'm not dealing with you right now. This is just retroactive jealousy trying to get in. I'm not going to deal with you right now. And then refocus back on what you're doing. Again, you're still going to feel the emotion. It's not going to feel good, but you aren't giving into it. And you aren't letting your retroactive jealousy win. You are standing your ground, and that's very, very important. All right, so back to getting on track with kind of just the normal idea of triggers. And again, my advice to you from my personal experience, don't avoid them, okay? Look forward to them. And I know that sounds kind of crazy, especially depending on how painful they are, but remember, thinking these thoughts cannot physically harm you in any way, okay? They cannot kill you. They don't feel good on the inside. I get it. They bring up, a lot of emotions, a lot of not so nice feelings, but guess what? Eventually, without you even needing to do anything, that emotion will go away. If you don't do anything at all, that emotion will go away, just like all emotions come and go. It will always go away. The more you do this, again, the more you are actively telling your brain that there is no danger in thinking these thoughts. There's no need to release all this adrenaline into my body. And therefore, your brain will very soon follow suit. So I began doing it with things I knew that would trigger me. I'd write things on like sticky notes, names and places that I knew would generate that feeling. And I, put the sticky notes on like my bathroom mirror, and I put the sticky note on my refrigerator. Okay, I'd put them in different places throughout my house, and so whenever I'd see them, I'd get triggered. Now, obviously, this sucked. This hurt. Yes, it did. But eventually, it stopped hurting. Eventually it stopped sucking so badly, right? Eventually all my triggers no longer triggered me, and I was feeling great, okay? And had I ran from my triggers, had I tried to avoid them at all costs and change my life entirely to make sure I didn't feel any pain whatsoever, I feel like I'd still be suffering from retroactive jealousy still to this day. I'd still be on the run from them today. So again, I want to reiterate, I'm not a psychologist, no doctor. Again, I'm just a guy that suffered from retroactive jealousy and found a way out. I think everybody knows that by now. But this is exactly how I did it. It was not running from these triggers, not running from these things that set off these emotions. And a lot of people I've worked with during my one-on-one coaching have found a ton of success facing their fears head on instead of running, instead of avoiding. Okay, facing them head on. So decide what works best for you and put a plan into place and start conquering your RJ once and for all. Start conquering these triggers once and for all. Understand there's levels of triggers. Some are worse than others, so you can start easy. Okay, start smaller on some of the smaller triggers and work your way up. But the more you face them head on, feel that emotional response. Tell your brain that you're a liar. I'm in no danger right now thinking about this. Tell your brain that this is just retroactive jealousy. I know the truth. The truth is me and my partner are a perfect match. The truth is all of this is irrelevant. The truth is I'm no longer going to be a victim anymore. That's when you win your power back. That's when the adrenaline stops, and that's when you finally feel freedom again. If you liked this video, I appreciate it if you could take a moment and smash the like button so we can get the video out to more people that need to see it. Also, subscribe to the channel if you have not already done so. Click the notification bell so you are alerted every time I post a new video. And of course, before you go, please check the links in the description below. If you want to purchase any of my courses, you will automatically get free 30 days of email coaching along with it. If you want to bundle all 3 of my courses, you can save and also get 90 days of email coaching. Holy moly, how about that? And then also, I'd love to help you out. One-on-one, personalized help. If you want to do my WhatsApp coaching, again, that's a month long. It's 30 days. You'll have me via audio, via video, via text. You can have me on the go whenever you need to. We'll communicate. We'll build a friendship over this as well, and we'll help you get to the other side of your retroactive jealousy journey. One step at a time, but we will definitely 100% get you there, get you feeling back and better than ever before to benefit both you and your partner. I'll let you go for now. I'll see you in the next video.